Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing well. I definitely miss your faces. But so far you've been doing amazing with the distance learning work. I just wanted to give you guys all the credit that's due to you. Thank you so much for your continued efforts. So moving into week 9, we're going to be building off of the things that we've done for the last couple of weeks with the color purple. I hope you're enjoying the text. Again, I just love the book. I think it's such a beautiful narrative. So in week 9, we're going to build off the research that we did last week and think about how that might apply to critical lenses. So you'll note here for your warm-up that it asks you to go back and just take another quick look at the Padlet. You don't have to write anything. You don't have to redo or comment on anything. But I want you to take a quick assessment. You know, what did you guys research? What stood out to you? What did the majority of people look into? I think that might help you frame and decide what critical lens you might decide to look at section 3 of this text from. So our learning activities for week 9 are about how we look at the rhetoric and the point of view and the evidence from the text. So this week you will not be doing dialectical journaling. I know that probably makes many of you quite happy. Instead, when you read part 3 of the novel, you're going to be just looking at it from a critical lens perspective and taking note or marking down some quotations from the text that will help you ultimately support the critical lens that you decide to use. So before you read the third section of the text and decide what lens, I want you to take a moment to preview the following write-ups that I have posted on the page about the application of lenses to Walker's work. You may choose from one of the following 5 lenses. You can look at Marxist theory, you can look at it from a feminist lens, queer theory, a racialized lens, or historical, and more specifically from historical, a post-colonial lens. So you'll note here that I have links to write-ups for each of these. It's really important that before you select your lens that you preview those write-ups. None of them are particularly long, but they really assert the validity of each lens. And so having that overview is going to help you make an informed decision, and it will absolutely guide your reading and help you find the best pieces of evidence to use for what will come next. So once you have completed your readings and thought about supporting your lens, you're going to write just a 2 to 3 paragraph response which supports your critical lens as having the most valid and supportable perspective. You're going to need to use evidence from both the primary text, the color purple itself, as well as evidence from the supporting material that I have provided. And of course, if you find something else that you would like to include, that only, improves the quality of your work. So with that 2 to 3 paragraph write-up, you're going to post it to the discussion board that I've linked here. It looks like I haven't turned that link on yet, but I will do so almost immediately. So once you put your response there, make sure when you start a new thread, you clearly delineate what lens you're looking at, because ultimately this is going to take us to a little class debate. I'd love to do the debates in class. I'm so sorry we won't be able to do that in person because you guys just have such passionate and powerful responses, but we'll do the best that we can with a little online debating. Now, once you've gotten your post up, you're going to respond to one post from each lens that is not your own. All right. So you do not have to further support your own lens, but go through and find someone who has a different perspective than you. And you're going to either confirm or refute the validity of their argument. So, make sure you use tact. Also, of course, avoid logical fallacies. So for quick reference, I put this little infogram here that's going to list some of those logical fallacies for you. So enjoy the discussion, but of course be kind and keep in mind that when we have a debate that oftentimes our debates, our natural response is to use pathos in our responses. That's that passion and emotion. But really, a well-rounded argument uses pathos, ethos, and logos. So make sure you're responding to your peers with logical reasoning, with credible sources, and of course you can use pathos because that really packs a punch there. Finally, in conclusion of our lesson for this week, I have a short and simple poll closure. So after reading the perspective of other classmates, what critical lens do you think ultimately best suits our text? And you can choose from our 5 selections there, or if you think that I've overlooked something and that another lens would be more appropriate, please select other, and I'd love to hear some feedback on that. So again, good luck as you proceed through this week's lessons. I am really enjoying your infograms from week 8. I've been going through them here and there as they get posted. Some just incredible data and information. That's really good stuff. Thank you again for your efforts. So take care, guys, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email me.